Welcome back, everyone, to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans right here on the YouTube and Twitch and wherever you get your podcast audio worldwide. To my left, your right, Mr. Front Row Bill joining me. What is up, brother?
Everything's good, J-Bone. Happy Thursday. Lot going on here in the world of Impact Wrestling. And we'll get to it very shortly. But how you doing, Bo, man? I know you were almost out for tonight, but you made it.
Yeah. So let's bring in Alicia.
Oh, there you go.
She snuck her way in here. Hey, better late than never. It's not what I always say. Good evening, Alicia. How you doing?
Doing good. How about you? How you feeling?
I'm all right. Right. So for those of you that don't know, I messed up my left knee. The MRI is middle of next week. And so I've been taking some time off of work, had a few days off now. I'm going to go back on Sunday, and hopefully they won't have me running a marathon because that'll just get ugly. But so, yeah, I don't know what the hell I did, but it's nasty. You know, you get old, things start falling off. You know, it's not good. So, but I'm okay. Any well wishes is certainly appreciated. And, you know, most of all, though, make sure you all smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications.
Nice. Where's Dr. Ross when you need him?
Oh, I could really use me a Dr. Ross. Let me tell you. I'm not sure what the hell he'd do for me, but get me some really good handicapped seats at the next event. No, I'm not handicapped yet. So, take your oh, Jesus. Never eat salty snacks while you're live. There's a little tip from the Bone Man right there. Never eat salty
pretzels
snacks.
Are making me thirsty.
Oh, no kidding.
Nice reference.
I had popcorn, I had nuts, and I had M&Ms. It's a delicious mix. Horrible while you're live. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, these nuts.
These nuts. These. No, these. Oh, sorry.
All
right. Nuts.
A little bland housekeeping, if you will, before we dive into tonight's news. There is new merch out there. Hey, it's been a while. I had some free time, so you know what? I'll make up a new tee for the brand. So this is currently on the Spreadshirt shop, not PWTs yet. We just gave it to them tonight, so it'll take a little bit. Look for that in about a week. We'll send something out on the socials as far as when that hits there, depending on who you like to order from. But this is the new merch that's out there. It's like spray painted logo, paint on the bricks, kind of a cool graffiti kind of thing I was just playing with the other day, and I'm like, hey, we'll just make that a new tee. So there we go, the new TNI Army t-shirt. Or if you're not into t-shirts, you can get a mug or a cap or whatever your little heart desires. That link is in the description of the video.
I know I didn't give you a heads up on this, but do you happen to have the scumbag alternate version of that shirt available?
If there is enough demand for it, I'll make it happen.
Okay, let's just say use your imagination.
If you really all right, so the splat version, look at that. We're out of room here. Here. We'll get rid of. Tell you what, we'll get rid of this.
Because I like scumbags.
We're not getting rid of that one. We'll get rid of that one, and we'll bring in this one right here, and we'll show you the scumbag version of the T-shirt. Alicia, you might want to. No, I'm kidding.
Avert the eyes. Avert the eyes.
You might want to. Don't overdo it, old man.
Whoa.
That's Kyle's favorite version right there. We're just gonna call it spray paint.
To go along with his favorite sound clip.
Yeah. It's no, we won't play that. We'll be nice.
Yeah, because it's gone.
Because it's gone.
It is. I think it is.
It is.
Bell's boy.
Yeah, we got to thank Bell's boy here.
Go ahead, throw it up there, buddy.
Bell's boy with a $20 super sticker. Thank you, Bell's boy. Happy 3/16 day to you all. Hell yeah. Hope your knee is okay, J-Bone. Hope to see you in SoCal, Bill. You may. Looking swell, Miss Alicia. And the Knockouts tag titles are now as useless as the AEW International title. Good times.
We have to read it.
They've fallen into a bit of a old pattern, I see.
Yeah.
But
we'll get there.
You got to thank Bell's boy with, let's just call him, not just the coach, but the president, Scott D'Amore.
Impact Wrestling!
Oh, you cut it off.
Impact Wrestling!
Oh, there we go.
But maybe that's a
I
segue
spoke too soon.
into a little bit of news.
Shall we talk about it? Sure. Let's talk about the new Prez, shall we?
There's only one way to do that. Everyone's favorite segment,
Jiminy Christmas.
And now, the biggest, the best, the only news you need in life, J-Bones.
Searching for my fake wrestling news.
Bill's got me choking over here. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Paul Nelson, my favorite nephew in the chat. Uncle, you okay? I will be okay. I will be okay. I will survive, as the classic song says. Congrats to Scott D'Amore, everybody's favorite former VP of Impact Wrestling. Got a bump in pay and a bump in positions. No, we're not talking about the TK bump. He got a bump up to be the president of Impact Wrestling. All sorts of new stuff.
Only things we can say to that. 3 words.
Good job, Scott. Good job.
That's
well deserved.
Yes, absolutely. He has. Well, I'm not going to say he did it by himself, but Don Callis jumped ship a couple of years ago. But he's picked a good team to back him to help run the locker room, help run the company, and it's just been in an upswing since then. It's been slow, but it's still an upswing. So here's changes that happened recently, and I don't get all the titles and all the jobs, but this is what is in the headlines here. It says Richard Schaefer named president of Anthem Sports Group. Scott D'Amore promoted to president of Impact Wrestling. Lou D'Angeli joins as vice president of marketing. That's the former, what do they call him, Bill?
Sign Guy Dudley.
Sign Guy Dudley.
Louis Dangerously.
Okay, there we go. Mike Pine's Talent Partnership joins as strategic advisors handling brand partnerships. So that is the moves that went around. You can go on impactwrestling.com. I'm not going to read all these little tidbits underneath here, but those are the main moves that happened earlier this week. So all in all, congrats to Scott D'Amore being the new pres of Impact Wrestling. He's worked exceptionally hard since taking over with Don, even though Don's not there anymore. So Ed Norholm stepped down as president. He's still in the board of Anthem,
Yeah, he still has his chief, I believe, operating officer title because he had both. And obviously Ed's a lawyer, so I'm sure he's plenty busy with other Anthem endeavors. But no, definitely good to see Scott get a bigger role and the new president of Anthem there. You actually, I believe he has ties to Golden Boy Promotions, so obviously with the Invicta and other stuff, you can see Anthem getting more into maybe the fighting game, like maybe more MMA, boxing, wrestling. So hopefully more content throughout featuring our favorite wrestling product.
Yeah, it's just the product's just gonna improve from here. So tremendous news there. All right, now on to some event updates. We let's see. Let's start with, there's no updates on the Rebellion card. Let's talk about this Multiverse United card. Got some updates here. We're going to run down the card and then talk about the new stuff that was added over the last few days.
Dope.
What's that?
Dope.
It's very dope. This is dope as dope can get.
What did they say your time? Cool beans?
Your time.
I called it.
I'm not like 10 years younger than you.
Jiminy Christmas.
That's what I'm saying. No, I
rad.
I called everything rad, and within the last
tubular.
year, I've been calling. It's more surfer talk. I don't surf on the Great Lakes.
Just on the net. Get the net.
No.
Cheese whiz. Yeah. Okay. There we go. I see.
Surfing the curds of cheese. That's just weird.
We got to thank Bellsboy for Bellsboy for a $5 super sticker.
Yes.
And let's thank Ed Nordholm for keeping Impact afloat when it almost died 5 years ago as he stepped down from Impact. Ed is always welcome. And I got to just say, because we are mentioning Ed right now, one of the great gentlemen in the business. Always when he's at an event, I always run into him. He always says hi. Thanks for coming. Like very much like Dixie used to do back in the day.
Cool.
Would be very welcoming and saying hello to the fans. So hopefully still see Ed from time to time at shows, especially with them doing their great Canadian tour. So I would imagine it might be a little easier. If we don't see him in Toronto, I'd be very surprised.
There you go.
Let the new president give proper thanks.
There we go.
Impact Wrestling!
Yes. As he screams it from the mountains. All right. So, Multiverse United for the card. If you don't know some of the main matches that were already announced, we'll list them off here quickly. Josh Alexander versus Kushida for the Impact World title. Now, this one apparently is in question. I learned during the live reaction today that apparently Will Ospreay is banged up. I don't know.
He got pulled from a New Japan show the other day.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's going to be doing this match against Mike Bailey. I don't think they've announced anything yet. We're going to have to wait a little bit, but we don't have long to we got 2 weeks away. It's we're gonna have to find a replacement pretty quickly, but I'm sure someone will step up if Will's not.
Yeah, I'm sure that they'll work on an adequate replacement for sure.
I'm sure. So,
just that, like, heads up, guys like Naito are on the New Japan tour, hitting Washington and Philly. Tanahashi's seems like he's around, so there's options that they could definitely go with and not miss a beat. Because I have a feeling maybe one or two of those could have been even surprises at the show anyway. But maybe we get a match if sadly Will can't go.
Okay, so yeah, we'll see. We gotta wait, but nonetheless, whoever Mike Bailey faces, they're gonna knock it out of the park. still will probably be a contender for match of the year that weekend. We got Moose versus Jeff Cobb, two big meaty men slapping meat. That's what all the kids say, right? Let's see. What else?
You gotta say it with some emphasis, bro. Two meaty men slapping meat.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a lot of energy.
Love you, Bill. You're great.
I don't have a lot of energy. Just plus there's someone snoozing over here. I don't want to like scream about
Alarm them.
I don't want to scream about slapping meat and have Mrs.
For all of our audio listeners, just imagine all those meaty men slapping meat.
You couldn't
You're
say
welcome.
it any more professional than that, Bill. Thank you. Just to keep us, the more professional, the better, so we don't get monetized. Just
Better to have sound effects than words.
We're all about the bites here. Sound effects, bites. Fred Norris is my hero.
Please keep the sound effect.
Dude, right in the mic. ASMR.
All right, we got the X.
I hope you're not wearing headphones. That's all I gotta say.
Right.
All right, let's get on with it.
Speaking of headphones,
X Division scramble for the X Division title. Trey Miguel defending against, ready for this list? Frankie Kazarian, Rich Swann, Kevin Knight, Clark Connors, and Rocky Romero.
I've heard of 3 of those people. It's going to be a good match.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. For those of you not familiar with the New Japan side of that card, they're all more than worthy to be in a match with these guys.
Wonderful. It's going to be extraordinary.
It is. X Division size men slapping meat. Impact World Tag Team Championship on the line. We got Bullet Club defending against Aussie Open. Returning in front of Impact Wrestling fans. Great to see. The Mighty Don't Kneel. And, of course, the Motor City Machine Guns. That match is going to be probably one of my favorites of the night. You know me, I love some good tag team wrestling.
Yeah, it feels like either that or the X Division will probably open that show. So, we're going to tune in right from the get-go.
Now we got a couple more matches here that were also added within the last week. Now this one's interesting. This is a 8-man tag, 4-on-4. One half of each team is from the other company. Very interesting. We got Fred Rosser, Alex Coughlin, along with Callahan and PCO versus Eddie Edwards, Joe Hendry, Tom Lawler, and Kratos.
Interesting mix.
Kind of a head scratcher, but sure can be entertaining.
It's a combo show, so things don't gotta make sense. They just gotta be cool, right?
Right. Like you just
and I don't mean that as a put down either. I mean that as like sometimes it's nice to just mix things up a bit and have some out of this world matches that we probably haven't seen before or haven't seen in a long time. And
I think Alicia's saying we need to believe.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Oh God, that's almost as bad as the Melter clip now. Jeez. Oh.
That's good, eh? Wow.
Well, I don't know.
All right. I tell you, putting PCO next to Callahan, that side right there, I'm going to call them a winner. Just because, man, it's going to be nuts. But, all right. Last but certainly not least, now I know there's going to be some opinions about this, but I'm still excited about it. We have the Knockouts World Championship on the line. It's a fatal 4-way. Mickie James defending against Deonna Purrazzo, Giselle Shaw, and from Tokyo Joshi Pros, Miyu Yamashita. I worked all day on that name. Can you guys give me
Good
a little
job,
bit
J-Bo.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was holding my breath.
I was too. So I know a lot of people that, and I think in our chat, our own TNI chat, along with the chat for several weeks now, wanted something different. Wanted something like Mickie James versus Mercedes Moné. Here's the thing. This event still has plenty of room for some, like you said, Bill, some surprises. It's on a huge weekend. You know she's going to be there. There's no reason why after that match, she couldn't just stroll down to the ring,
A little face to face,
and go face to face with Mickie James or whoever wins that night. But you know, just for the sake of discussion, we'll say Mickie James retains, and they could set up a match for Rebellion, and either have just an exhibition, titles on the line. Who knows? I'm not going to assume, but that's what I think.
I'm not going to assume while assuming. Dream match booking.
That's how I do things. That's all I
Wrestling news, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Bell's boy. Hey, Bell's boy's looking forward to it. Miyu is a hidden gem. She's going to turn some heads.
I'm excited about that because I
have seen her wrestle. She's very talented, very talented.
Yeah. Like we've seen plenty over the last handful of years over on another brand come over from Japan and wrestle there. But I'm excited to see more. So, you know, whatever happens, happens. So, all right. So that's it for the Multiverse United event. Let's talk about Sacrifice real quick. We've got, and this is updated. Tremendous. It still says, and so much more. All right. So we got the star-studded 6-man tag team match, as they say here. We got Time Machine versus Josh Alexander, Rich Swann, and Frankie Kazarian. Now, the latter half of that had a pretty rough night tonight. So we'll see.
Can't beat them all.
St. Clair College is going to be a rockin'.
It is. It's going to be nuts. Hey, is that up in Ontario, Canada?
It's up
Windsor,
in
maybe?
Windsor is correct.
That is going to be a good show. We got the Knockouts World Championship on the line. Mickie James versus Jordan Grace. We have the first ever busted open match. Now, my assumption was correct here. It is a first blood match. Whoever gets busted open first loses the match. That's going to be Alicia's favorite match right there. Maybe? No. She's just giving it. She's just.
Oh,
she's like, yep,
hold on. We have a guest in the chat. The greatest ring announcer of all time, David Penzer in the chat.
Ew.
David Penzer. Thank you for showing up. We appreciate you. Always doing it.
Looking forward to the Great North trip, David. Windsor.
Yes, very cool.
When is that again?
It is not this Friday, but the following Friday. So
not tomorrow, but next Friday.
Yeah, almost a week out.
You're going, Bill?
I am going. I will. The Bill Mobile will be in action. I did obtain my ticket for London as well. They went on sale last Friday after we aired. So that is for no. London, Ontario.
Okay. Whoa, almost got me there.
Yeah, that's for the May leg of the Great North Tour.
Here's an old friend coming back. Good to see you, Adam Impact. Good evening. Hope you're well.
Good to see you. Eddie will also be in Windsor. Very nice.
Yes. All right,
guys are in for quite a show.
Sorry. All right, so let's
that crowd's gonna for the first show back in Canada. You just know, and that was already a raucous crowd of Windsor in the past. It's going to be unglued. There is my guess.
Oh yeah,
that's good.
We're starting rumors on the TNI show. We going there?
Yeah,
hopefully soon. Hey, with all these big changes, Mr. Penzer, I with the new president, we got new people at Anthem. We got Lou as VP official.
Who knows?
It feels like a UK tour. Probably not this year, but maybe next year. But once again, got to get that TV deal. TV deal gets in line, then you get the tour to promote it.
In my defense, when you hear London, you don't think of Canada.
If you didn't do that, I would have been surprised.
It's okay.
Unless you're a big London Knights fan.
Which I am not.
All right, so then we got the X Division title Mystery Challenger. Trey Miguel versus Santino Marella's hand-picked opponent. Who is going to be the mystery opponent?
A son of a gun.
It's got to be a son of a gun. World Tag Teams, and by the way, chat, put your guesses in the put your comments in the chat. Who do you think is going to face Trey Miguel? Let's see what names you guys come up with.
The Kiss Demon.
We get Kiss Demon.
Oh, God, you know
what? Stop.
The Kiss Demon, Dale Torborg.
Oh God. World Tag Team titles on the line. We got Bullet Club versus the Mighty Don't Kneel. Oh, man. That is going to be just sick. Just a tremendous match. Heated grudge match. It's got to be heated. It's up in Canada. Giselle Shaw versus Deonna Purrazzo. And we'll get to some Giselle Shaw news in just a little bit. The fight continues. Jonathan Gresham versus Mike Bailey, part 2. And then the digital media title on the line, Joe Hendry versus Brian Myers.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a fun one next Friday.
That will be.
So, all right.
So where only a few places you can watch that if you're not there live in person, and that's on the Ultimate Insider on YouTube or Impact Plus. So,
yes,
make sure you check it out.
Is it going to be on the Zone?
Oh, it probably will be on the Zone too. I'm not as familiar. That's more for I think the international audience. But I believe it is available on the DAZN. But anybody in the chat that knows for sure, please feel free to chime in. I think that's like where Bison might watch it, but I'm not positive.
It could be. Because isn't Fight TV still doing international Impact stuff, or are they out?
I haven't heard them as much lately, but they might be.
Okay.
I know they do the Big Four. They do the Big Four still.
Okay.
I don't know about the monthlies.
Gotcha. All right, and then some news about last but certainly not least, we got some news about Giselle Shaw. Folks, if you have not seen the new diary, it is live on the YouTube channel. It is a great story of how Giselle Shaw has overcome adversity in finding herself, and that's like the simplest way I could put it. I think Bill, you mentioned before you hadn't seen it yet. Alicia, did you see it?
I saw clips of it.
Okay.
Very, very important episode.
Yeah, it's
You don't get much deeper than stuff like this, seriously.
oh, it goes really deep. And Scott's involved in the discussion, and he takes a side of, like, it's not that we have to talk about this because the news came out that, you know, that they're in a relationship. So you see that side of it, but it's also that he's just there for her, period. So you see different levels of how he's there for her. So it's just great to see.
Like a couple. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you see
need healthy support. You want that from the people you're in relationships with, whether that's friendship, family, lovers, doesn't matter. It's great. Yeah. Support is what's important.
Dave Penzer, put that back up there, Bill. That Dave Penzer puts it great. She's brave and incredible. It is truly a story about how brave someone is. It really is. It's well done, well shot.
Important conversation.
It is. It is. And I'm hoping that it also inspires others that see her story and maybe get a better understanding of things going on around them, you know, or themselves, you know, just in general. Because it's, like you said, it is a very important topic that's out there. So I think the best part about it was watching Giselle Shaw walking in the Pride Parade and being one of like the main focuses of the parade. So, and that was great. She was like one of the main speakers. Just a great part of the story. So she's come a long way. She really has. And you realize that when you see the diary. But yeah, it's on Impact's YouTube. Go check it out. That's pretty much it for news. Bill, did you have, or Alicia, Bill, did you?
Well, don't we have a signing and maybe somebody that is no
that's
longer with
right.
the company?
That's right.
Talk about burying the lead, J-Bud.
It's only on the cover. Wait, who made it? Oh, that was me. It's senile bone over here. Yeah. So congratulations to KiLynn King for signing with Impact Wrestling. It's great to see her become part of the company, but on the same side, we also have to say goodbye to one of our favorite knockouts, and that's Taya Valkyrie. She made her debut on AEW last night. Some people complained about that, but it's one of those things where, the stories overlapped, the debut and the,
pre-tape versus live. Pre-tape versus live.
It is, yeah. So what are you going to do? It's happened before. We'll see it again. It's just something that happens in wrestling.
Yeah, professional courtesies out the window these days. But it is what it is.
It is, yeah, exactly. But hey, I wish Taya all the best.
Love her.
She looked great. She looked great.
Everyone here is a big fan of Taya.
Yeah.
We hope the best for her.
Right.
Hopefully it's not a tale as old as time down there where in 2 months we wonder what she's doing. But
yeah.
Hopefully she has, because she is one of the best performers, period, on the mic. That if anything about her last run in Impact, because of being, obviously you got a lot of people doing it. Like you got Rosemary talking, you got the new JesSICKa character. So she probably didn't have as much of an opportunity to talk like she did during her first run. And hopefully she gets that down there because she is extremely talented in the ring and on the mic. So just I think we'd all like to see her get that moment to actually show that to even a bigger audience.
Yeah, and honestly, I hope her other half joins her down there. I think that'd be great. I wanted it in Impact Wrestling. Obviously, we're not getting that now, so we'll see. But nonetheless, so we thank Taya for everything she's done for her contributions to the Knockouts division, and we welcome KiLynn King. I can't wait to see what else she does, and we're going to get to some of those. Talk about kicking the door down. We're going to get to some of that a little later too, as far as what she's going to do with this company. My goodness. So
it's definitely so long, not goodbye for Taya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that I think the door. She's somebody that I think the door
is always open.
So I have a feeling we will see her at some point again, for whatever, in whatever capacity. It could be years from now, but or maybe not. You never know. It's wrestling.
Yeah.
Either way, good for her.
Yeah. We're happy for her.
We're striving and thriving in 2023, folks.
That's
not
right.
knocking shit.
Yeah. Get that money.
No more of this. When they went somewhere else. You know the gig by now. Let's not act surprised anymore.
Yeah. So, like I said, go get that money. Go get paid.
Get that bag.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, daddy.
I'll put it this way. It can't be any worse than how she was treated up north. So, where she was literally, hey, welcome. Oh, and here's your last paycheck. It's horrible. So, all right. Shall we jump into tonight's Impact Wrestling?
Yeah.
The Iceman intel for the evening is talking about PCO and who hit him.
J-Bone, have we covered your whereabouts yet?
I was nowhere near Vegas. I've never been to Vegas. I've never even.
There's no checkers in Vegas, so this may check out.
Right. What?
Courtney asked if it was me. I can't find the comment. It's way back. But yeah, no, it wasn't me.
Where were you?
Resting a migraine in the darkness of the cavern of my bedroom.
So not driving an SUV and taking out PCO.
I don't drive gas guzzlers, bub.
She was not hiding in the darkness of the desert outside Vegas.
What do I look like, a snake?
All right, so we got a couple people with alibis.
You're such a snake.
Such a slippery snake in the desert.
Totally. So yeah, big question. Who hit him? Iceman really didn't have any intel, but he's like, hey, you still should watch Impact Wrestling tonight because we may find out. So.
My first guess would have been Lish because she's the equivalent of a ride or die.
She is.
Watch out for Lish.
But it wasn't Lish. I missed the reveal. Oh wait, yeah, no, I remember who it was. Never mind. We'll get there.
See, there were still people in the live reaction right along with me that said, oh, well, we still think it's someone else that actually drove the car. Like there's still going to be a reveal coming. I don't know.
Ta-da.
Ta-da.
Maybe it's the next series, like Who Shot Bravo? Who made?
Wait, so we didn't find out who drove the car?
We did.
Oh.
No, I think a lot of people are like, okay, there's your answer. It's Kenny King because he showed up.
But you think it's more 7 of Impact to be like, no, it's not really Kevin King. Like I said.
Kevin King, yeah.
Listen, at this point, I've renamed everybody on the roster.
Kevin Knight is
can't get it right.
Kenny King's younger brother. No, not that's fake news. Yeah, I still think they're and if it is Kenny King, fine. That's also an easy one to make because everyone else from that group is gone. You know, the Kingdom is gone. Vincent is gone. PCO is an enemy.
Yeah,
so,
all three members left are in this feud now.
Right. So.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yep. Yeah, adds up.
Unless we get Vincent back because he still hasn't showed up anywhere in WWE.
Where? Oh, he's there.
That's what I'm
well,
saying, man.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll see.
Whatever.
All right. So we have the
Who done it?
newly named Champagne Singh, formerly known as Raj Singh. And that took me a while during this match to be like, wait a minute, they're calling him Champagne now? All right. I mean,
I have the perfect vision for a t-shirt, too. Just like a champagne glass, but the names is like spelled out in bubbles. The little shimmer, little glitter.
And like a cartoon version of him, like
floating in a bubble. Yeah, that'd be great.
Or like hanging from the glass, like, hey. I don't know.
Be like the champagne glass jacuzzis at the romance hotels in the Poconos.
Oh, that's great. I like that.
Just roll them out.
There we go. Similar to Johnny Swinger, only different.
Yeah, I can see Swinger doing it. Come on, Raj. Take
but
one
not
for the
champagne. Not Champagne Singh. It's got a ring to it. Look at him rhyming. I'm a poet. Didn't even know it.
Versus Ziggy Dice.
Outlandish.
Outlandish. Not outlandish enough, though. Champagne Singh gets the win with the champagne pop.
Oh.
Whoa. Whoa.
That sounded just like
with the hidden talent.
Wow.
Audio listeners, you're lucky.
It's one of
I hope you had your earbuds all the way up. Like, oh,
I know
that wasn't good.
Like here, I can't imagine what it's not like for you guys.
J-Bone, have you ever done like a little karaoke or a little acapella lollipop? Because you are J-Bone, and that was your gimmick for the longest time.
I was actually on a few Alka-Seltzer commercials. Only, it's weirder because then you got to do the pop thing like a billion times, and then they like speed it all up. So it's the fizz and the never mind.
Fizz, what a relief it is.
Yeah.
I know my old timey jingles.
There we go.
Huh.
No, not really. So yeah, Champagne Singh. Poor Ziggy Dice. I'm like, man.
And what does the chat think about Champagne Singh?
Much needed character repackage.
It gives him a little something, instead of just he's Raj.
And he's solo act now?
No, he's still with Shira.
No, still with Shira.
Oh.
Still with Shira.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But maybe Shira's more of a heavy now for this Champagne Singh.
If maybe Shira needs bubbly Shira, I don't know what caviar Shira, I don't know. I'm trying to find something that goes with Champagne Singh.
Champagne wishes and caviar dreams.
Thank you, Bill.
Yes. Oh my God.
That's it. That's classic.
Yeah, just have them both show up in like their Miami Vice suits and talk like rich people. Yeah, okay, I'm with this.
The 3/4 sleeve suit jacket.
Got to class up Impact with Champagne Singh and caviar Shira. All right, we got to move on from this. We just booked like 6 months worth of Impact right here. Let's go.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. These are all free use ideas.
Yeah,
we get it.
I always say, subtly say, hey, if anything sounds like that's a cool idea, feel free to take it, and you don't even have to credit me. Just enjoy.
Shut up! I want to get
Because
paid.
none of it's good.
Oh, we got a super sticker here from Ronan Blue. Thank you, Ronan. ASMR J-Bone. Happy Impact Day, y'all. When did Taya debut for Impact? When did Taya debut for Impact?
It was.
But it was, you remember?
I was there.
Well, on TV or for the company?
Because there's two different debuts.
There is.
Was there?
Yes,
yeah, they debuted on a house show.
Oh, okay.
And I know Alicia was at the same show I was at.
Yeah, it was at a baseball field.
Oh, those. Yeah,
with Staten Island.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That was a house. That was right after they started like touring big time.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, it was like the kickoff to it, basically.
Back. Yeah.
Jeff Jarrett was yeah, that's right. The green brand.
But Ronan, here's a little President Scott D'Amore for you.
Impact Wrestling!
Thanks, Prez. All right. Kicking off the
and hold on,
episode
on Critical Sting. Because Critical Sting, he's good. He's good. Didn't they cancel the last house show on that tour? Yes, they did. It was in Connecticut, also at a baseball stadium. I had my ticket, but I did not get to go.
Wow.
No one did.
No one got to go. I don't know if they promoted that one well because it was Staten Island, it was Long Island in
all the islands
in the middle,
all the islands,
and then it was Connecticut. But yeah, sadly that one did not happen. But it was a nice tour. That was the debut, obviously, of Taya and Johnny Impact at the time.
Why didn't
that was a fun show?
Why did they cancel that one?
I think it was ticket sales because I think a lot of it was these were these minor league parks, and I think they were promoting the shows at the minor league parks. And Connecticut, I guess, just didn't have it. I can't speak to it because obviously I'm not local to there. Right. I'm sure there was some other reasons why they probably didn't go through.
Gotcha.
But yeah, but it was kind of last minute. I think it was canceled the day before.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. There's a blast from the past. Jeff Jarrett running things. All right. Kicking off the show.
Funny enough, Jeff Jarrett kind of threw me and my friend. Well, I don't want to misinterpret it, but the security at the Long Island show in the middle, like when they open the doors, they just let you kind of just walk in. And they were like in the ring and stuff. And Jeff Jarrett's like, why are you letting people in? Because like there's that whole like if you go to an Impact show, you might go in a first set of doors, but then you don't go into where like the actual ring is. They didn't have a buffer in between, and they just let people in. So it's like all of a sudden, like after 10 minutes, they're like, let's just say there's things going on that people don't want to see behind the scenes. And it's just like Jeff Jarrett all of a sudden is like, what are these people doing here? Get them out of here.
Oops.
So no offense taken, Jeff, but I could have gave you a pointer or two. All right.
Yeah, common sense.
Oh yeah. All right. I love this opening segment here with PCO. How it was shot. They had him as part of the silhouette, looking like up at the top of the mountains with the night sky in the background, and you see him at the top standing there. And then they show from over his shoulder Vegas down below, and he's just screaming, Eddie, and that's how the show. And then I'll just kind of bunch all these like together throughout the episode. Slowly, he's making his way. Like the next one, he's at the Vegas sign. The next one after that, he's just outside Sam's Town. And then just after that is when Eddie's on his way to the ring and he's like, it's over. And then, PCO comes in. I love cinematically how they did all these segments. What'd you guys think?
Good. Anytime you could add a little flair and something different to the show, I think it's well needed.
Yeah, I think Impact has always been at the forefront. If you've been watching Impact for the last 5-6 years, they were early on the cinematic stuff with the Hardys and all. And when they are able to kind of stretch their legs with things like this, I think it does add an element. Just like we always talk about with Impact, you get the wrestling, you get the comedy, you get stuff like the Undead Realm, and you get the cinematic. And it's a nice mix. They don't do it all the time, so it doesn't get overdone. But when they do it very well. And I think
Absolutely.
obviously PCO, Eddie, these are good guys to use in an angle like this. So entertaining. And I can't get enough of Eddie. That's not a bite yet.
His eyes are rolling all over the place.
Yeah.
He's just
He's wild.
I love PCO, man. It's just crazy. In fact, it reminded me of the beginning of, I don't know if you guys have seen this on Netflix, The Army of the Dead, where the zombies are looking over Vegas right before they attack Vegas. Oh my God, it's a totally the same. It's the same but different, obviously.
Okay.
So, but just reminded me of that. Any Army of the Dead fans out there?
Bruce Campbell.
We continue. Bruce who?
OG. Army of the Dead? That's Army of Darkness.
Yeah. I was going to say, yeah, Army of the Dead is good, but it's not my favorite of the zombie movies.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm a Shaun of the Dead zombie guy.
Little humor to go with your
I need a little
apocalypse
zombie scene, the Queen. That's what I enjoy in a zombie movie.
There you go. All right, so match-wise, we kick off here with Jonathan Gresham and Speedball Bailey tagging up against Decay, Taurus, and Crazy Steve. This this was just. I said this last week that they should. I think there's a good possibility you could make Jonathan Gresham and Bailey a tag team. Some people are for it, some people are against it. They proved they can get it done here.
Yeah.
What a surprise this team.
Yeah, you figure they were combatants not long ago, and what many think was a match of a night on a pre-show, and you would think, they won't be able to work together. They'll have some kind of they'll go after each other at some point because they have this history, but they have respect for each other, and that's key.
Totally.
And they were able to win, which is, do I dare say, the longest tenured team maybe right now. Well, currently, because obviously the Guns have forever, but this Taurus, Crazy Steve, Decay have been around now a while. And so that's a big first win for like a first time teaming. I think they are, you're looking at them as a tag team now. They are a tag team right now in Impact Wrestling.
Moving forward, yeah.
Could be. I don't know if you give them a name or if you just keep them as their names. We'll see.
Speed Gresh.
Well, you got the Foundation / Octopus and Speedball. Speed.
It sounds like
actually, by TOS, cannot finish that statement.
It actually sounds like a really bad 007 title coming out, and we can't even say
Octo Speed. There you go.
Yeah, but only it's not that.
Octoball?
No, I'm thinking of part of an old.
We can't. I know what you're thinking because I'm the one who said it. But we can't say it because TOS.
No. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. Gresham and Bailey get a win over the Decay, and then aftermath of this match down the episode, we see Bailey challenge Gresham to match number 2. So they will be facing each other at Sacrifice next week. Now, I don't think they're going to throw them on the pre-show again, but they'll be facing each other.
Well, that obviously based on last time, it looks like a show stealer.
Oh, I don't know how many times these guys are going to face each other, but I don't care how many times they face each other at the same time because it's so good. I'm not complaining. I'd never complain. All the names that are coming out in the chat. Everyone's going nuts. I love it. You guys crack me up. We got Gia Miller in a couple segments here. First with Josh, Rich, and Kaz talking about how they're going to be ready because they got all these years of experience under their belt. They're getting ready for next week. And then Maclin, of course, comes in, shakes it all up, gets everyone all flustered. Like he's good. He's good. He's good at getting under people's skin and getting in their heads. It's Macklin's just good. Next segment here, Giselle Shaw talking to Gia about I don't remember what they were talking about, but she's standing there with Jay Vidal and Savannah Evans. And well, here's the important part: Swinger comes up with Dice, and they're like, hey, you could face Jay Vidal, and you're trying to get your 50 wins, and it's like. It's because this kid doesn't even wrestle, It's gonna be a piece of cake. Well,
it's like Barry Horowitz Part 2.
Oh, it totally is. Totally is. Only worse. Because Jay Vidal, for those of you that don't know, is actually a very good wrestler. Swinger, unfortunately, finds that out later. We get Maclin.
You guys swing?
Oh boy. Maclin versus Heath is next. Your guys' thoughts on Maclin versus Heath?
Go ahead, Bill.
You know me. I'm with the fans. I'm always glad to see Heath out there. He's always giving it his all. But obviously, Maclin, with what's coming up, he had to get, since they're keeping him away for the most part from Alexander. It was you gotta establish Maclin as the guy that can take that belt off of Josh. So Heath is still one of the guys you look at and you're like, oh, a win over him, that's still pretty good, Heath. Because we always talk about like Heath, Rhino, they had the tag titles, but in singles action, they get a lot of singles wins, these guys, still. So Maclin, based on the roster, on who he could face, I think this was a good opponent to kind of put him up against. Always entertaining, getting the crowd into it. And Maclin, who teeters on that line of tweener on 316 day like a Stone Cold, this helps him get more over as the heel, which they want right now. Because he's going to get full heel treatment in Canada, as we're going to see, as he's going against the favorite son. So to get him not in because it's always tough. I've always said with Maclin, he kind of comes out always looking for cheers because he's riding that crowd energy, but then he wants to be a heel. So I think kind of helping establish him with guys like Heath is a good way of giving him more of that heel persona as he goes after this world title. But it was a good match, kind of that. Okay, Maclin, he's looking like a badass, and he's looking like he might take this title from Josh. So I liked it.
Yeah.
Well said.
Alicia?
I thought it's good. I think the fact that they're building up Maclin is really good for him right now. And it doesn't make Heath look bad losing at those costs. So either way, a good match.
Yeah, everyone still loves Heath. That's not going to go away. So, Yeah, I'm super excited for this. And people forget how big of a guy Heath is going up against how big of a guy Maclin is. So it's honestly pretty even here. As far as
it's crazy to still like a lot of these guys, because in wrestling it's always surprising when you look at some guys and they're like, man, they're not as big, but then other guys which are like huge. And it's just that thing, man. If they were up north, so many of those guys are just all big. Like you don't think about it. Like seeing like Heath years ago, I didn't think he was a big dude. But then before he actually started appearing on Impact, and but we knew he was coming. I went to that the Good Brothers, the Lariato Pro show in Georgia, and I met Heath. I did a meet and greet with Heath, and I'm like, dude, that dude's big. That's a big dude. And like you've seen him in some matches, and he stands out. Like he's just like Cardona did the same thing in Impact. And I wouldn't think as Cardona as like this big man, but he is. He's a big guy too. Like they're not Joe Doring and the big LG and Moose and all, but they're all sizable. It's just wrestling. You get used to. A lot of wrestlers today are all now like regular people size, and they're like 5'10", 6 feet.
And it also is like, guys like Heath were never portrayed in WWE as big guys. It's all how the camera is. You know, it's just totally different camera.
It's almost as if things look smaller on TV than in real life, that the camera isn't accurate to what's being shown.
There's a cat fight behind you.
Is there a situation?
There was a situation.
They've been so.
There was cat on cat violence.
Cat violence. They just keep bothering each other. I'm not sure.
It's hilarious when it's like a Monday night and I'm getting like settled down to watch like a Monday Night Raw or something like that, and like about a half an hour before it starts is when the cats start flipping each other around and like darting back and forth across the condo and just going absolutely batshit cuckoo.
Well, they're hearing all the wrestling talk, so they want to tussle.
They're getting riled up. Well, it's good because Bob hasn't been feeling good, so he's starting to play again, so he's starting to feel better.
Yeah,
that's good.
That or he's still not feeling good, and he just get off me,
It's true. Quit fucking with me. Oh,
right. I ain't up with that. All right. Next we got the Death Dollz backstage. Discussing. Taya was discussing it, how the magic it's not good to mess with the magic. That we should just stay away from it. And Rosemary's like, she was upset at JesSICKa because she was like, oh yeah, I like it. I like all the pictures on the cards and all this stuff, the innocence of JesSICKa. And it was like, well, tell you what, how about, make it Rosemary and Taya take the titles. That way JesSICKa could focus on other things. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to start drinking. And, it's party time for JesSICKa. So.
Plot twist. What if?
Yeah.
She's been Havoc for a long time and just enjoyed being JesSICKa so much that it just kind of became who she was.
Yeah, and we may see that in weeks to come,
All I know is that if she's becoming Havoc again in the next couple of weeks, we're interested in a great big character development, and it's awesome. It just gets better and better with JesSICKa Havoc.
Yeah.
I see. I just bridged the connection, man. She just becomes JesSICKa Havoc, who she's always been.
There you go. A little bit of both. Who knows?
A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
It will be.
Because I'm sick.
Sick.
Because I'm sick.
Death Dollz. Although, bye, Taya. Did anybody get the plushies? Can you still get those?
I know at the last show, I think 2 out of 3 of them were still at the merch table. One of them wasn't. I forget whose wasn't, though.
I want them. Oh my god.
Wasn't.
Okay. I need all 3.
Yeah, I think Rosemary and Taya were still there. But.
Speaking of merch, one thing I did hear is that the action figures are going to go up for pre-sale tomorrow.
What action figures?
That's the ones that were announced a few months ago. We got Eddie Edwards, Moose, Deanna Purrazzo, and Jordan Grace. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
cool beans.
Good old Matt Cardona and
Brian Myers.
Brian Myers. I almost said
the most professional.
Yeah, they put out the picture on their Facebook page, probably on their Twitter box too.
I don't follow either.
But someone shared it somewhere else, so I saw it. But yeah, so that I believe that's going up tomorrow. Let me check the.
Take your time, J-Bone. It's not like we're doing a review show or anything.
I know.
Well,
we're only an hour in, and we're not that far in.
Well, while you're doing that, J-Bone, I believe we went to a match next, and it was the Swing Man, Daddy.
Swing Man. Swing better. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So that was where the part of the show where Bailey challenges Gresham. We talked about that. Okay, So that's Swinger with Dice versus Jay Vidal with Giselle and Savannah. Now, I'm not seeing the dolls on here anymore. Maybe they sold out. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe they're just selling them at live events right now.
Could be.
If Bill, you're my only hope, man. If you get them, I will pay you money for them.
All right, I will take. Like I said, I know they had at least 2 out of the 3 last.
Get whoever's there, and I will compensate you.
There we go. But yeah, Swinger versus Jay. This
good
was
match.
Actually, it was a lot of fun. Go ahead, Alicia.
It's good for Jay. I will say this, unfortunately, as much as I love Johnny Swinger, I can tell you that if he's in a match, I already know he's going to lose. And so that shine is a little dull for me at this point. But I like that we're getting a spotlight on Jay. Very talented Las Vegas talent, if I remember correctly. And I think we all had a positive reaction to him last time he was introduced to us when he was with who was he with?
Caleb with a K, the photog. He was with the Inspiration.
The Inspiration versus the Influence. I get confused on who was who, so because it was a little too similar. Yeah, and we wanted to see more from him then, and so now that he's getting this spot in Impact Wrestling, I think it's good, positive. He's teamed with the right people. Good match, deserved win.
Oh yeah.
Yes, but I'm with you, Swinger. We need some wins out of the Swing Man. Right now, he's got to get to 50, but I think was Action Mike Jackson before the pandemic is when the last time Swinger got a win in singles action.
It's like, and I get it. He's whatever. He's cattle fodder, whatever. But it's one of those things that when you see a match, it's like, what's the point of this match? Because you already know what the result's going to be. It's just to push whoever he's against.
It's a fun time, but yeah, like
is
it'd be
it
nice
though,
for him
like,
to win once in a while.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. It's just a win once in a while. It's like the same. They do my girl Lish dirty every time they have her, and she's top fucking talent. Like I don't know.
You know what I want?
What do I know? I'm just a fan.
I want a Johnny Swinger undefeated streak, like Goldberg-esque on BTI.
Well, like they're trying to do. Didn't they have like they got that counter that's like zero times since last win or whatever? Like, yeah. I don't know. But like I get it, but just like you're saying, is have a win here every once in a blue moon, just like as a fluke. Like sometimes it's okay to have that.
When he has the win now, as long as he has it, which he better have. If I'm in the crowd, and I recommend everybody else in the crowd, we go nuts. We act like it's New Year's Eve. We act like we just won whatever major sports championship you want to say. It's just go crazy if Johnny Swinger wins a match.
Yeah.
Parades.
Because he's a fan favorite.
A-Bone jumping out of a cake. All these things happen when Johnny Swinger wins a match.
That's got to be a crazy looking cake if I'm jumping out of it. So yeah, it's still a lot of fun. Jay's, for those of you who don't know how good of a wrestler Jay is, this was actually a nice little, preview of coming attractions, honestly, because, man, that drop kick was sick. It really was. It was amazing. But yeah, it's fun nonetheless. And side note, Deonna Purrazzo attacks Giselle Shaw during this match as Giselle Shaw is getting booted from the arena. So, yeah, good times. Good times.
Good times. Perfect.
It's just revving up their, feud.
Shirley.
Yes. And don't call me Shirley. The design next, we got Diener talking about all these steps of Callahan.
Yeah.
And Callahan.
Step
6. Callahan is pissed. He's like, what's the point of this? What lesson am I supposed to learn here? And it's the lesson here is that you take your punishment like a man. So he's taking it on the chin here. He's not happy about it, but Callahan apparently is going to do whatever he's got to do to stick with this. Callahan stuff. We'll see where it goes.
Hopefully it's in being tough.
Yeah.
Or maybe, depending on how you feel, maybe it's not. Hopefully.
Yeah, right.
Look at this dumbass.
Shit for brains.
Crew's gonna be the dumbass at the end of this. I don't know. I'm throwing all assumptions out the window for this one because I think we're gonna get a twist at the end of this somehow, some way. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
That is piece. Okay, so here's a last segment before PCO shows up. He's outside of Sam's Town on the boulevard, just staring up at the sign like, just looking cuckoo. We're staring at a cat ass in the camera.
Enjoy it.
Thanks, Alicia.
She's over here knocking all my stuff over, doing cat stuff. Enjoy that. That's Cupie, by the way. Normally she doesn't make appearances.
Cupie.
Cupie.
Mickey James talking to Tommy Dreamer next.
It's my favorite song.
Where's the Bison guitar solo? Oh wait, no, that's on Wednesdays.
What? I don't get the reference.
Whenever
does he play guitar?
No, he doesn't. No, but what he does the same thing you do. Whenever, like,
it's his solo.
You get into it, right.
Hardcore country. I can't get too loud because my neighbors are right behind the wall I'm against.
What the hell is she screaming about? Hardcore what?
Country.
What are those two into? What the heck? So Mickey James.
That's my Twitter handle for a hot minute.
There you go. So Mickey James is talking to Tommy Dreamer about this match that's going on next week. They're going up against Bully Ray and Masha Slamovich next
Bobby
week.
Ray.
Bobby
sorry.
Ray.
Or Bobby Ray.
It's Billy Ray,
Get it
actually.
right,
That's
Jay.
what I call him, Billy.
Billy?
Billy Ray.
Billy. Oh, Billy.
Oh, Billy! Stop. Oh, jeez.
Oh, God.
Boy.
I don't know what's going to piss him off worse.
He already blocked us, so who cares?
Right? You got to
You
wait
don't-
till that.
You don't care what us peasants have to say, like any wrestler with common sense would do.
Right.
Just ignore
Be a
us.
fan.
Right. Quit being a mark.
Don't listen to what others say about you.
Never. Take it on the chin. But Mickey James is worried about this match, and Jordan Grace is saying, well, you just better make sure that you got no excuses and that you're ready for your match versus me at Sacrifice. So Jordan Grace just being
Jordan, thinking a little highly of yourself, huh? Like,
Finally.
don't have a match before you fight me because you're going to need your energy.
Yeah.
Now that's a big lady meat slapping me. Big.
I agree. Well, it can be. Or
Bam!
There we go. Couple of
Memory cleanse?
bams.
it's our only bite with Jordan.
Oh, no, I can't say that either.
You shouldn't.
But we need an updated. Jordan has made such a transformation. We need just an updated bite for the transformation.
Who's in charge of making the bites?
Oh, there's a few
I don't
people.
know.
Yeah, there's how many people on this team? Nobody knows
Too
what
many
their
to
job
count.
is.
It's
many
usually
to
either it's Kyle when he gets frisky or Joker. So
Who?
If I made a
Like
bite, the
from
quality would
Batman?
probably not be good. Ooh.
no,
What the fuck kind of team is this?
Well, speaking of Batman, Alicia, I did see the new Flash trailer, and seeing Michael Keaton,
Tim Burton
where he
Batman.
belonged, I'll tell you,
The only good Batman? Yeah, I'm sure. Mhm.
you're damn right. You're damn right.
What?
1990 Batman
I
forever.
said what I said.
I loved me some George. What's his name?
You don't even know his name. Get out of here. Trying to troll me.
Michael Keaton.
George Clooney?
George.
You don't know that's your favorite Batman? You don't even know his name? George Clooney's
Just
your
a big
favorite?
Stacey
Really?
Keebler mark.
Is it?
We
Listen,
know J-Bo.
was it the nipples that they added to his suits? I'm on to you.
I love Val Kilmer's one of my favorite actors too. I love Val.
Val Kilmer was wasn't
He was a good, but he was no
he was no
Michael Keaton. Unless you're gonna say Rob Pattinson's the best Batman, and I gotta shit all over this place. It's terrible.
The movie was good, but I'm not gonna say he was the best.
I'm not gonna watch. Hey, listen, I was around for the Twilight era. Okay, you'll never convince me.
I never
Crickets. Crickets. What's Twilight? Huh? What's that? I was only the most generational curse to the fucking Hollywood ever to happen. It ruined vampires.
Don't ask about Twilight or
I
E.T.
love the books, but they never should have been made movies because they were boring.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've been waiting for.
And 50 Shades of Grey was Twilight fan fiction. Did I just blow your mind?
No, I never.
Sorry, I really know trivia. So moving on to the review show of the wrestling we watched tonight.
I never even saw 50 Shades of Grey.
You aren't missing anything.
Well, thank you. All right.
I'm not even going to say it. TOS. I can only go so far.
Okay.
Can't sail the ship off the edge of the earth, man.
Right. Eddie Edwards comes out to the ring and he announces that the whole feud with PCO, he's dead and buried. It's all over.
But wait.
Until
it's not.
Until it's not. Exactly. The lights go out. PCO arrives, but then PCO is attacked by dun 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 Kenny King.
K-I-N-G King.
So we're supposed to assume that he's the driver.
Lish. It's Lish.
You think so?
They put a booster seat in that goddamn Escalade, and it was Lish.
Damn.
I'm just trying to fill in any gaps to where they're like, oh no, it was too big to be Lish. I'm like, no, they put out a booster suit.
Right?
They do add, for short people, they have attachments they could add to your pedals, so they give you extra length so you can drive.
There you go. Yeah. They do that
the
for
more
all
you
sorts
know.
of...
I know a lot.
Do you think
ever knowing?
Do you think we're getting a more hardcore version of Lish, like a heel turn per se?
I don't know, because when's the last time we saw Lish? And I thought you were going to...
Where somebody almost killed her.
Oh, Masha, but that was 6 months ago.
Well,
Listen.
No, was it Masha again, or is it somebody...
You swerved me. I thought you were going to say, do you think Eddie's going to be hardcore? And I'm like, again? Hasn't that been his thing since Tommy gave him the kendo stick 6 years ago?
True. Yeah,
it was last time. It was 2018 that he got that.
So it was 5 years ago? Holy
shit. Mm-hmm. I remember because I was at Killer Cross. I was at the Philly show when he was having those weird matches.
Oh my God, that was.
Yep.
Yeah. That was nuts. So.
Okay, there, critical sting. There you go.
I remember the date.
It was Masha in the lead up to No Surrender.
Okay.
So it's been a little bit, but it was not too long ago. But once again, that was the first time in
wrestling time. That was 300 years.
I'm getting yelled at by my nephew in the chat. You don't know movies. Never saw E.T. Bill is right. 1990s Batman is the best.
I still it's weird that you've never seen E.T., but I can't hold that against you because I feel like that's not a great movie.
Well, I've seen some amazing stuff as a kid. My dad, I actually got to see Empire Strikes Back in the movie theater. I'm still in therapy. I'm still in therapy over Han Solo, at the end of the movie getting frozen in carbonite. I'm still in therapy between that and them killing him off in the last, trilogy.
But
so I've seen some cool movies. I just haven't seen them all.
I've seen some cool movies. Sure.
Saw that one movie.
I saw Spice World, the Spice Girls movie, in the movie theaters. So I've seen great movies.
How about that?
I got nothing.
I've seen a lot of movies in theaters.
It's a great movie if you've never seen it. It's actually hilarious.
I've not seen Spice World in the theater.
It's comedic genius.
I can only imagine it is.
There's a reason they took over the world in the late 90s, early 2000s, is because they were the Spice Girls. Anyway, sorry. We're a wrestling show.
Although I got to admit, recently I found out there's a song a Spice Girl song. It wasn't a huge hit, but I think it was a hit song. But I never knew what, like, I guess I never even thought about what the message of the song was. But now I found out what the message of the song was. And now anytime I hear it, I can't get over what it actually was.
Yes. What is it? What is this genius?
Something provocative, possibly?
Well, no. Well, knowing it, I guess yes and no. But the song "To Become One."
Okay. Jesus Christ. You didn't know what that was about?
Well, no, I thought I knew it was about, but it's actually, it was all about safe sex and like protection and like with AIDS and stuff. Like I didn't know like they had this more political message on the song. I just figured, oh, it's just their normal pop song.
Gay icons, the Spice Girls, of course, they were in the trenches putting out messages.
I did not know that.
But safe sex applies to everybody.
Yeah.
So it is a generational song for everyone.
It is. I never even knew. I'm like, oh.
It's kind of like the next version of Let's
I
Talk
thought you were
About-
going to be like, oh, if you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. Oh, I finally know what that means. It's like, if you don't know what that means, it means if you want to date me, you got to be cool with my friends, but not date them. You got it. People get a little confused.
I'm just lost now.
Polyamory wasn't the intention with that song.
God.
My friends, basically, if my friends don't like you, you don't have a long time here.
It sounds like a wrestling community.
If you want to wrestle in my ring.
If you don't watch my show, I'll rip yours.
I'll sabotage yours. I don't know. The wrestling's messy. Very messy in the independent scene.
Clean up on Isle Wrestling.
Isle Indies.
Now here's like where I popped. I popped big time. Because
now you can't say popped without the sound effect now, J-Bone.
I seriously popped.
But you don't have to say popped if you do the pop noise. Like, I need to, before this gets out of hand, because I know it will, just pop.
I'm not even going to say.
Kozlov. How's that for a blast from the past? Kozlov.
Is that who that was? I didn't recognize him.
Yeah, like if you blinked, you missed it. But that was Kozlov, former tag team partner of Santino Marella.
I respect revenge is the funniest thing he said tonight.
What?
Santino, he said that at one. I forget who he was talking to. Whoever came up, I don't even remember who it was, but he said something about revenge, and Santino was like, "I respect revenge."
But Dango was there, and then Joe Hendry popped up from behind the sign.
That's who it was.
They all clapped, and
my mind blanks him out.
But I popped for Kozlov.
Terrifying creature.
He was. I'm a big fan of like the classic big Russian heel. And Kozlov was one of those guys, of course, before he became a comedic sensation alongside Santino Marella.
Well, he had the infamous, when he first debuted, he just had the dark arena spotlight, no entrance music, right? Isn't that how they debuted him?
Beats me.
I believe so, which I do like that. I like the occasional no music, no nothing. Just like badass walk.
Yeah. Vladimir Kozlov, yes, Mr. Aries. That is who that is. Vladimir Kozlov. Barely recognizable with all that scruff on his face. But yes, because he was a clean shaven, he just looked like Another version of who was the guy in the Rocky movie?
Drago.
Drago.
He dies. He dies.
Yeah, he looked like another version of him. So good stuff. Good stuff. So then we make the match where Brian Myers is gonna face Joe Hendry at Sacrifice, I believe. Yeah. So up next, the Knockouts tag titles are on the line. The Coven, consisting of KiLynn King, the newest knockout on the roster, and Taylor Wilde going after Rosemary and Taya Valkyrie. JesSICka's at ringside. I was a little surprised to see JesSICka at ringside. I thought she was going to be busy drinking.
Yeah. Bottomless mimosas, man. That's dangerous.
Right. Where was the bottomless mimosas? So, but maybe she was already drunk by the time she got to ringside because she really didn't help much in this match.
She cheered really hard.
Did she, though?
Cheered her little heart off.
But what did you guys think of the tag team match?
Unexpected. But we know why, but it's unexpected, and I don't know what to think about this. But congratulations to Taylor Wilde and lady, who I've yet to remember her name. Much respect. It was a good match. It's a good match, and I understand moving the belts.
Yeah.
But I have questions. I have devastation. I love the Death Dolls.
And that is something to feel because the Death Dolls were. I obviously I think we're still seeing the Death Dolls, maybe in the incarnation.
Just minus.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll go back to the Decay. I don't know. I don't know what to think about anymore.
As long as they keep biting faces off, that's the highlight right there.
Well, then I'm concerned. Well, no, I guess it will benefit Rosemary. Rosemary's all for the Hex or the Coven to turn JesSICka back to Havoc or JesSICka Havoc, and I don't know. It's just a lot for my little heart to take in.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was definitely but no doubt a surprise. But if anyone's going to win it, it is nice seeing obviously Taylor Wilde, the original knockout tag champion. And speaking of the first, and I don't think it's going to be announced on TV, so I don't think it's a spoiler. But I was hoping we may have seen a return of her original tag partner, Sarita, at some point. But I did hear she is now officially signed as well to AEW, but in a coach role, like a coach backstage role. So, but good for her. So both of the original Knockouts tag champions in the news, one recapturing that Knockouts tag title all these years later. So congrats to Taylor Wilde, and hey, a heck of a start for KiLynn King in Impact now. So she's now a champion already. So we'll see what happens with that, because for the most part, that's usually a pretty good sign if you get a title on you this quick. I think that's a statement of what they think maybe the future is for her, as well as what they think about the veteran in Taylor Wilde in this division.
Yeah, I've really loved this evolution of Taylor Wilde in the roster, where she's not just some punk rock chick. Woohoo! Now all of a sudden we're seeing a more serious, more
witchy Wilde.
Yeah, witchy stuff. It's different. I mean, it's not different from what we're used to seeing this kind of stuff on Impact Wrestling, but it's a twist for her, and it's a welcome twist because she's doing it well. If she wasn't doing it well, I'd be like, hey, nice try. But no, she's doing it well. She knows her tarot cards. She actually does, like, she is into that stuff.
Yes.
And
First time ever in wrestling that someone used proper cards to describe situations.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, which I know nothing about, so I'm just going to trust.
I know lots about it.
Oh boy.
Keep them honest. Keep them honest.
Alicia's witchy way.
I read cards.
There you go. So she knows what's going on. See, are you going to be the next in the Coven?
No, because I don't work for Impact. I'm not a knockout.
No. Oh.
I'm not. Hey, J-Bone.
What?
I'm not relevant. Much to maybe some people's beliefs, because people who are terminally online are a little crazy, but we don't work for Impact. I'm not. I just played this person on a podcast or whatever this is.
That you might know this, but I know it came up last week that a Coven normally is 3. I know. I'm going J-Bone from last week. But is it normally 3? Should there be at least 3?
It could be as many as you like. A coven could be a coven of 1.
Can it be 2? It could be 1.
A coven of 2, a coven of 3, a coven of 100. It just doesn't. There's no law to what it is.
No limits. It's like the X.
No limits. And boys are witches too. They're not warlocks.
Did I say it again?
Or wizards. They are warlocks or wizards, but they're not witches. Everybody does different stuff.
Well, be careful, because witches get stitches. That's what they said on the show.
It does rhyme.
It does. It's catchy. Should be on a t-shirt somewhere. Maybe not.
As J-Bone unveils a new t-shirt.
By the way, for those of you against the Coven, our newest TNI t-shirt.
We were bored one day and made a new shirt.
Witches get stitches. Yes, of course. Coming soon to a shop near you. All right, so we have new Knockouts tag champs. I'm excited about it. It's under the circumstances, yes, we have to say goodbye to Taya. It sucks, but I'm also excited about
story progression.
Right, yeah. New Knockouts. KiLynn King is now signed. We found that out. We said that in the news. So
okay, KiLynn King.
Yeah,
she's just so new. I've yet to familiarize with her. So
we have 2 kings on the roster.
Not related, really.
Oh, King's a pretty common name.
And the drama.
Smith.
Maybe she'll be the King of Queens.
Maybe.
Something. Anyways. And this jumps right into the main event here. Really nothing in between. The 6-man tag, Josh Alexander, Rich Swann, and Kaz getting a little warm-up ski for the big event at Sacrifice, going up against the Bullet Club. Should be an easy night, right? Ace and Bay, along with KENTA, the ABC connection.
Yes. Another good needed win for the Bullet Club.
Yes.
You need to make that group as relevant as possible. And it's smart to just keep popping them up on the card, popping them up in the matches. Yes.
I gotta say, I was a little surprised. You're thinking that the champ and his boys are going to get the win going into the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get that here. That's why I always say, don't assume in wrestling, this guy's going to win. I knew it was going to be a good match because the Ace and Bay connection is not something to be missed.
Is that what they're called?
When they showed up, what was it, last week or the week before? They started calling themselves
the week before they won the tag titles.
The ABC.
That's cool.
So
I was just asking. Sorry.
It's fine. It's fun. Just put it on
That's
a
right,
t-shirt.
Gary.
So
I just think
No,
they're the hottest thing since fucking toast. And they're the Bullet Club is like one of the biggest things in wrestling.
right.
That it's been brought to my knowledge that it's one of the biggest things in wrestling. And how are you going to have part of the Bullet Club in your company and have them on pre-shows? So this direction that they took, where they're deciding to take this team more seriously, is important and vital.
Yeah.
This is the future of this company.
Yeah.
And
these guys
we need a little spotlight on our current guys, where we and I love Impact, but we do tend to get a little nostalgic a lot, and a little, and well, that's okay. We also have to remember that you got to keep you got to keep the iron hot. I don't know how to do this reference.
Keep it fresh.
Gotta keep the iron in the fucking coals and keep the iron hot. Strike while the iron's hot. That's what the fuck it is. You gotta make horseshoes out of the iron and swords. I don't know. But it's important to push the generation that is making your company relevant. And that's what this is. And good all around. Good match on both sides. From all competitors, per usual, but good choice as far as pushing the Bullet Club.
Yeah, and it was interesting. It wasn't just the Bullet Club that beat Josh, Rich, and Kaz, because all of a sudden Tom Hannafin is saying, "What is Josh staring at?" And then they show, peeking out from behind the curtain, so to speak, was Maclin. And it's like, oh, see, he's getting in the champ's head.
Yeah,
It's like,
I like that.
In a sense, he's already won. Like, if the champ and his boys can't beat the Bullet Club, what's that say about Rebellion?
It doesn't say much. Because Maclin's not the Bullet Club, and it's completely different context.
Yeah, the Bullet Club
But
is
he could
Like
be.
a hodgepodge, and you also got to think about this. Josh Alexander working alone is a completely different entity than Josh Alexander working in a platypus team. You know what I mean? Just a bunch of parts thrown together to make a team relevant, to get whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
love all the guys, don't get me wrong, but that's what the team is. It's just a platypus team.
Right.
And so Maclin can feel confident, but he's going to be taken to the task to see how that confidence pans out when he's in a one-on-one situation. And he better wear his fucking face paint.
Oh, he's gonna.
I know.
Bill,
It just makes him look so cool. I'm sorry.
Bill,
I
call
can't
him up.
drop it.
No, he
now. Here's the
does.
thing: does he go Punisher black and white face paint, or does he go like USA face paint?
Oh.
I would avoid the...
Oh, I don't know. I think he might go USA. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, that
I mean-
would be amazing.
tricky. It'd be a little tricky, but like the USA pattern of the Punisher skull,
Yeah, like
right?
like
Okay, then yeah, all right. Like I'm trying to think, like what USA,
don't do a
like
Punisher,
I
but
didn't
red,
get
white,
the
and blue.
reference, right? Okay,
Yeah.
yes, that would look cool. Either one would look cool. He just looks cool with face paint, and I feel like a different side of him comes out. The few times we've actually gotten it, a different side of him comes out when he's got that face paint on. And if he's in a heel form, which he
like
is,
more like marine or like maybe some type of camo face paint as well. Could do that.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In the
I would
Punisher,
love-
like do like all like kind of covered camo.
you
but then
can get
obviously
creative.
Punisher look.
Yeah, you could do a number of things. I could picture like the Punisher look, but have it done in like diagonal colors, stripes, red, white, and blue going down the face, but it makes a skull. Like I could picture a number of things. Yeah,
Get to the
I
chopper.
can't wait. Get to that chopper. Wait, what? Was that Commando?
With the sideways face paint, you were making me think of Predator.
Oh, yeah, Predator. Yeah. Great
Marines,
stuff. Great stuff.
face paint to the side.
So
Good shit. Good shit.
Requesting that I read someone's. Okay, what is this? Oh, Mayor here says March 30th, Impact Live, never before seen matches. So that's coming up in.
Oh yeah, that'll be. Well, because it's interesting because, yeah, Multiverse will be on later. That I guess it'll be in the middle of the night. It's going to air, right?
Oh, I forgot. It's part of.
It's on
Clusterfuck Weekend.
Yeah, because it's 8 o'clock out there. So actually, it's going to come on right about the time the TNI show normally airs. About 11 o'clock.
I don't know if that's gonna be if that night's Impact Wrestling is gonna be a lead into something.
It might be. It might be. It could be a lead into Multiverse.
Yeah, it's still. I still think it's gonna be pre-recorded. I don't think it's gonna be live from there.
Yeah, because technically that would be a couple hours earlier, and I know at that venue there's another show. So
yeah. So. But nonetheless, it's still going to be.
We'll probably get it delayed. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting how they put it together.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah.
Cluster Mania.
Kevin Martin is on it.
Hey, I just want to see.
Dude says it's a studio show.
Oh, okay.
It's a
studio show. Okay, interesting. I just want Kozlov to show up. That's all I want.
And here's okay. So now this is kind of making sense. So this kind of goes into the match they announced was KENTA versus Josh. So this hits on. I don't think we talked about it yet in any of. I guess it's been happening now for 2 weeks. Impact's airing never before seen matches because for the live houses they've been doing like world title or main event matches at the live tapings that don't air on TV.
Oh,
Moose
nice.
Moose just had one, Moose Josh, in a world title rematch.
Okay.
And now they're talking about KENTA versus Josh. So that's how it looks like they're going to use some of that footage from these. Obviously, they're taping these matches, but they're not airing them as part of TV canon.
Oh, I can't wait.
So that's what it looks like will be for that night. So obviously, you're getting a KENTA Josh match. So that is kind of a lead-in for Multiverse.
Okay. All right.
Dope.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
Especially, I mean, it's going to be amazing content to watch, especially if you guys watch New Japan and stuff like that. So...
Staples Center is across the street. All right. So, yeah, nonetheless, this is going to be a great weekend. Or leading up to the weekend, you know. So yeah, fun episode of Impact Wrestling. We got some title changes. We got some great continuations and some storylines. PCO still not dead. Well, he was kind of dead at the end of this episode, but not really.
He'll be back.
He was dead-ish. Probably the deadest we actually seen him in a while. Any final thoughts?
Good show.
Yeah, no, good build. Obviously, we got a lot coming up. You got Sacrifice right around the corner, the Multiverse show, and then Rebellion not long after that. So a lot coming up. They did a good job last week kind of laying it all out. We're starting to see it come together a little bit more, but we know next week's going to be the big, like, we're going to get everything finalized by next week. So, but obviously we see Sacrifice is really building up now. That looks great. We talked about it earlier. Hopefully maybe by next week we know Will Ospreay, and if there's a replacement, who that replacement maybe is. if I had to guess right now, I don't book the shows, J-Bone, but I'm thinking.
Don't?
I know we were talking a little bit.
We don't work for
I saw
Impact?
Critical Sting mentioned when I was saying No Limit earlier. Someone that had a run in TNA, Naito. I think Naito would be a nice. Naito Bailey would be. I'm in for that. I'm in for that.
Good. So good. That would be ridiculous. I'd love it. So, but yeah, great episode tonight. Dug it. Kozlov gets the win here. I'm happy. No, I'm just full of shit. All right.
Bring him back.
So, yeah, bring back Kozlov. And
hey, maybe that's the mystery opponent for Trey.
Oh,
you
God.
son of a gun.
Kozlov versus Bailey. Oh, versus Trey. Oh, for the X of it. Oh, Jiminy Christmas, Bill.
No limits, J-Bone.
No limits. Not even. Oh, God. All right. So make sure you guys check out all the links in the description. Check out the new tee. That link is down there in the Spreadshirt shop. Check out, go give the Facebook, the Twitter, and the Instaneck a like. Helps the brand grow. And on your way out of here, make sure you smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of our content hits your screen. We'll see you soon. Take care. Good night.